Welcome back to Fame Frame, where we take you beyond the spotlight and into the real lives of your favorite stars. Today, we're focusing on Mayim Bialik, a beloved actress, scientist, author, and advocate, whose life off-screen has been filled with emotional highs and devastating lows. Most know her as the quirky and intelligent Amy Farrah Fowler from The Big Bang Theory, or the spirited teen blossom from the 90s sitcom. But behind the fame, Mayim's personal life has taken her through some incredibly painful and transformative experiences. Her story is not just about the challenges she faced, but the strength she found in herself and the light she managed to shine through it all. It all began with the heartbreaking announcement of her divorce from Michael Stone, her husband of 9 years. The two shared a deep connection and were raising two young sons together. Mayim described the separation as terribly sad, painful, and incomprehensible, especially when trying to explain it to their children. Despite the heartbreak, she made it her mission to protect her boys' sense of normalcy and shield them from the emotional storm. She openly expressed the complexity of letting go of a marriage while maintaining a co-parenting relationship that kept their children supported and loved. Fans admired her honesty and vulnerability during such a raw time and rallied around her as she navigated the transition with grace and strength. But life wasn't done testing her. Shortly after the divorce, Mayim found herself in the middle of another traumatic event. A severe car accident left her shaken, bruised, and physically hurt, but it was the emotional impact that truly unsettled her. She later reflected that the accident served as a jarring reminder of just how fragile life could be. The sound of tires screeching, the violent jolt of impact, and the quiet that followed haunted her for weeks. She said that every ache and bruise mirrored the emotional wounds she was still healing from behind closed doors. It wasn't just the physical pain that stayed with her, but the realization that healing is never linear, and sometimes new traumas unearth old ones. Paparazzi photos captured a more somber Mayim in public during that time. Even though she tried her best to remain composed, fans noticed the change, the weariness in her smile, and the heaviness in her eyes. Then came the holidays, a season typically associated with joy and celebration, but for Mayim, it brought yet another wave of sadness. On Christmas Eve, she took to Instagram with a deeply personal post where she admitted that she was struggling to sleep in her own bed. Her melancholy was compounded by the stress of being alone and an amusing yet telling standoff between her cats. She wrote candidly about how the government shut down her pets' fighting, and the emotional weight of her recent breakup had created a deep gloom. She added that she wasn't doing so well, to be quite honest, and thousands of her followers felt seen in her words. Messages of solidarity poured in from fans who were also navigating grief, loneliness, and seasonal depression. Her post wasn't just a cry for help, it was a hand extended to others who were hurting, reminding them they weren't alone. Even in her lowest moments, Mayim found ways to turn her pain into purpose. She became more active in mental health advocacy, using her platform to raise awareness about depression, anxiety, parenting, stress, and emotional wellness. She promoted the importance of attachment parenting and empathy-based communication, and was frequently invited to speak at conferences on the intersections of science, emotion, and parenting. Still, with every public appearance she made, there remained an undeniable air of vulnerability. Mayim once confessed to close friends that she often felt like she was pretending to be herself, that she was playing the part of Mayim Bialik for cameras, while inside she was unsure, scared, and exhausted. Her red carpet photos often showed her smiling brightly, but her eyes betrayed a depth of pain that no makeup could hide. Her appearances on late-night talk shows still delivered the clever banter and intelligent humor fans expected, but those who looked closely could sense the effort it took to stay polished amid the emotional exhaustion. Most recently, reports emerged of yet another intimate breakup. This time, it involved a long-term partner who Mayim had been quietly seeing for years. Before she could fully address the rumors, the media began speculating about the end of the relationship. In a short statement, she clarified that her primary focus remained on creating a stable and loving environment for her children, and she asked for privacy as she processed the personal change. It seemed like every time she found a rhythm, life threw her another unexpected turn, and yet every time she rose again, quietly, steadily, fiercely. What makes Mayim's story so compelling is not just what she's survived, but how she's continued to evolve through it all. After finalizing her divorce and emerging from the emotional wreckage, she redirected her focus into creative and meaningful work. She launched a lifestyle website aimed at empowering women and parents, and authored a book on mindful parenting that resonated with thousands. She embraced her identity not only as a scientist and artist, but as a mother, learning alongside her children. 2013, she said, was the year everything changed for her little men. A time of deep family transition, but also of new beginnings. She refused to Let sorrow define her story and began seeking joy in the little moments, beach vacations with her son's afternoon science projects, laughter over meals, all of it reminded her and us that healing doesn't always mean dramatic transformation. Sometimes it's simply about continuing on and finding joy where you can. In one now viral photo, she's seen grinning on the sand in Mexico, surrounded by her boys, the ocean behind her and sunlight warming her face. In that image, she looked not like a star or a public figure, but like a mother, a woman trying to live fully despite the pain and perhaps even because of it. If you've ever gone through loss, heartbreak, or unexpected change, Mayim's story probably resonates deeply. She reminds us that even public figures with fame and success are not immune to the same emotional battles we all fight. Her journey is a testament to honesty, vulnerability, and above all, resilience. If you found something meaningful in this story, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more real-life stories behind the fame, and tap the bell so you never miss an update from all of us at Fame Frame. Thank you for watching, and remember, even the strongest stars sometimes need support too.